got grounded this morning and taking a new approach. Set up in the blind in the middle of the timber. There's a little bit of a dried up oxbow that kind of comes through here. Makes it very easy for the deer to walk through. All kinds of tracks along there. So we're set up off of it, trying to take a new approach and see if we can get something, maybe a buck that's cruising along chasing a doe. Been out here for a couple hours already, and it's pretty calm to begin with. The sun, as soon as the sun rose over the horizon over there, the wind started picking up, so we have some pretty strong gusts coming through here. So we're gonna see if we can find any signs, any scrapes, rubs. Come to think of it, I haven't really identified any tree rubs here in the timber at the moment. Usually I do see those, so nothing from any mature bucks that I could tell. I bumped two does on the way in this evening to the stand. It's so dead calm compared to yesterday. Yesterday we had about 25-mile-an-hour gust. I sat in the blind for a good part of 5 hours yesterday morning. Didn't see a thing. So we let it sit for about 24 hours. Now we're back out here. And I can't believe how still it is. Good morning. It is the morning of November 27th, Thanksgiving morning. We've been out here for a couple hours and haven't seen a whole lot. I did have a little spike come underneath me this morning. It was even before shooting light. Wasn't out here probably 20 minutes, and then eventually he made his way across the field. But it's been pretty slow going for the last few weeks. I was able to get out a couple times, but really just not seeing much. Just kind of an indication that the rut is probably near done. If it's not, there'll be a little bit of activity here and there, but things are certainly slowed down. This will probably be my last morning sit of early archery season. But we're going to try some new tactics this weekend. Head out to the west fence line and just see what kind of activity we can see. I anticipate that there is just quite a few deer that are hanging out in that area just because it's so remote part of the property. No pressure there for them. Couple different bedding areas and then a few feeding areas, so I anticipate they're just going back and forth from there. So gonna be less activity, so we're gonna have to increase to some aggressive tactics to see if we can get something done yet. Challenge is still on. We're still trying to harvest deer with this bow. Haven't seen a whole lot here the last couple of weeks. It's been pretty slow. The temperatures have dropped quite a bit, so we're just gonna sit back here. Got myself on the west side of the farm along the west fence line. I believe there's a bedding area over on the other side of this fence. So what I'm banking on is that I can, any deer that come out of that bedding area over into the field below me on the way there. I think we ran out of light. Well, we're going a little bit unconventional today. We're going to set up a tree stand and plan to hunt out of it the same day. So anything's possible at this point, but I've had this tree stand over here cached over by this tree and just never got a chance to get it set up. But I'm just kind of future planning for gun season and also late archery season. So we're going to take it up the field here to another spot I scoped out last night. Going to get it set up and we're going to hunt out of it for the rest of this evening. So we'll see how it goes. Well, we finally got the stand set up. Took about an hour and a half just to get everything situated, and got a new camera arm that I had to get set up here too. So I think we're sitting pretty good. Got a northwest wind, so the play is anything over here on this other fence line that might be moving tonight. If they're heading to the south slope, hopefully we'll be ready for them. Just saw a deer way to the south of me running. Good indication they're moving. Almost 2.5 hours of hunting last night. About the last hour, I did have a couple deer come out over here on my left shoulder. There's a picked cornfield over here down along the waterway that I think a lot of these deer are gravitating towards. I've got a tilled bean field out here in front of me that probably doesn't have anything out there for feed other than minerals in the dirt, but they can get that anywhere. Just kind of scoping out the area. I did find some tree rubs and some sign that deer have been moving through here, and I actually was able to pull a couple cameras I've had out here for probably 4 or 5 months. I just haven't been able to get out here and pull those. So we did that. Found a couple of nice shooter bucks on there. So if there's any target buck, I guess that would be it probably for me. But post rut, I'd imagine they're just moving from bedding areas over to feed and back. They're not going to expend a bunch of energy, probably storing up that energy here for winter. We had a little bit of dusting of snow last night, but most of that has melted. There isn't anything that I can see out here yet. But we're just going to settle in here for the next couple hours and see what happens. Don't have a whole lot of high expectations, but just banking on maybe something coming through here, headed over to that cornfield over my shoulder here. So hopefully it works out. Appreciate you guys watching. If we don't get anything tonight, we'll see you during gun season. Got a couple things planned out. We'll see how that works, but we'll just try to make an adventure out of it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next.